What do you think are the important steps when it comes to embedding or adopting Agile within an organisation? And how would you encourage organisations to start that journey?
So in terms of actually where to start within an organisation, I find there's typically two schools of thought at either end of the spectrum. One is pick the easiest place to start, get some momentum, get some confidence, pick the most comfortable place to start. So when we're talking about anxiety and uncertainty, it's kept to a minimum. And you'd be surprised, everywhere that I've been, an organisation, the leader says, I think we should be more agile as a company. They've always got some pockets of agility there somewhere, because someone somewhere in the organisation has thought, there's got to be a better way, and they're just doing it, almost screw the official policy, if you like. So that's a good place to start, because it's easy and you can build on it, low-hanging fruit. The other school of thought is pick the riskiest, most difficult, most challenging, the scariest project, the most complicated project that you've got, and start there, which usually gets a whoa kind of response. But really, if you start with the easiest project, anyone who's skeptical about this will think, well, of course it'll work there. That was going to work anyway, regardless. What have you learnt? Whereas if you pick the riskiest project, you're going to find out where your problems are organisationally, structurally, systemically, a lot quicker. And those are the projects that you can't afford to fail, really. The easy ones, not really going to cause much of an issue either way, but it takes a lot more courage to do that. And that's where you sort of get a feel for what appetite there is within an organisation, how courageous they are, and where they do you want to jump in the deep end or wade in from the shallow end. So if I was a leader of an organisation and somebody said, okay, well, you need to change the way you do things, completely restructure your silos and everything, I'd be scared.
Absolutely,
all right? Yeah. And so I'd want someone who can help me avoid some big mistakes, some big catastrophes, and someone who's been through that, even if it's a different context, even if it's a different organisation. Because every organisation is the same, yet different, then some of those things you can sort of preempt. Yeah, you can sort of think, oh, this is going to happen. You can almost prepare yourself for it. But any change agent worth their salt would be open and honest enough to say to a leader in an organisation that things are going to go wrong, as it were. And part of this is actually dealing with failure. It's creating. Stop trying to spend all your energy avoiding failure. Put your energy into creating an organisation and a culture that can actually take failure and cope with it. The company doesn't break, right? And eventually you can use that failure for a positive. You can actually take a product that fails, for example, and use that knowledge to turn it into a product that succeeds, rather than trying to create the product that doesn't fail in the first place. So there's an element of, yes, I've done this before, and I can help you avoid catastrophe, but actually failing and learning is part of the journey.